Hey guys, and this system you see behind me right here, this is the one where I found the TXV that had the bulb had broken off of, and I couldn't find a new TXV at SupplyDepot.com. I was able to find one. So today we are replacing a TXV. Stay tuned. First thing I need to do, because I don't have a vacuum on this, I need to get a good vacuum started on my recovery drum. Got my fingers. If y'all hear the smoke alarm chirp, that's because the apartment, not the one that I'm working on, it's vacant and it is chirping in there. Cover. Open this all the way up. These are all the way open. Oops. That's closed. Open. Set on recover. Make sure all the valves are open. Open. I'm gonna bleed this a little bit right here, if y'all can see what I'm doing. I'm getting all the air out of the line and opening it up. Alright, while that's going, let's start taking this gear apart. right, that's the TXV we are replacing. We're gonna have to unsolder these spots right here. And what I have is not an exact replacement, but it'll work. I'm battling the last little bit of oil trapped refrigerant. As y'all see right there. As y'all see right there, it's been icing up. I'm gonna close this off for just a second. And as you see, the pressure is rising. Bottom of the compressor is icing up a little bit too. Put this back on recover, and as y'all can see, I'm only pulling 376, 388 watts. I've done almost a full evacuation, and I'm only down to 98% on my battery. Let me see. We're gonna run it through this side right here. Come on. All right, we're ready to start unbrazing. Put that on braze right there and get ready. If it's not a lawnmower, it's a leaf blower. They seem to follow me. I'm running out of gas. Okay, I am running out of acetylene. I'm gonna try to get this last little piece off with what I got. nothing like a fresh breath of phosgene or whatever this stuff is. I know somebody's gonna tell me it's not phosgene, but it's basically the same thing. Come on. Almost. It doesn't hurt to let this sit upright for a little while to let those gases stabilize. This is what I took off, and this is what I have. You see this screws on right here, that is different, and because I didn't have a power head that I could just take off, we got to do the whole TXV. If y'all see, this right here is, it came shipped that way. This is what I do to try to round them out. Also, if you got a swedger, that'll work. That's kind of tough right there. There we go. All right. Alright, let's fire it up. Be sure to turn on my nitrogen. I just dropped one of my sticks of solder down in the condenser of this other air conditioner. Upside down soldering is a little difficult. Not impossible, but see over here. I gotta just look at that. It might be okay as is. I think that's going to be okay. still hot. I don't think that goes in much further. Got a split on me. Y'all might not be able to see that. Alright, when I heated this one up right here and pushed it in, it split. The copper on this side split. So I just added a bunch of solder. That's what goes over my bulb. Honestly, I think that's shot. I'm not sure that's 3/8. That might be 5/16, but we'll make it work. Make sure my nitrogen's back on. Y'all see all that? That is refrigerant and nitrogen. I'm actually going to turn my nitrogen off on this last joint. Alright, because that was 5/16, I had to add extra solder, and it looked like it was a little bit under pressure. Alright, let's test it with bubbles. Oh my, look at this. My O-ring came out. Alright, hook that back up. Alright, I'm gonna go get some bubble search and I'll be right back. I'm hearing a hissing leak. I swear that does not look like it's at my joint. It might be. It just sprayed me in the face. The battery's about dead, but it's leaking right there next to the tube sheet. You can see the change in color. It almost looks like a line right there. That's where it's leaking. I'm getting back-to-back calls from the person who lives at this address wanting to know if I'm done, and I'm not answering because I'm not done. All right, we got this. Let's see how we're doing. That right there looks ugly, but it's not leaking. Let's get that up to 200 something. I like this. This right here, this is different for me. It seems a little bit thicker. And I like it. Come on. Got that leak stuff on my fingers and I couldn't turn the knob. Alright, we are at 210. And this upside down one, good to go. All right, let's get ready to start pulling the vacuum and put this. All right, that says we're down to 1600 microns, but I do know that we have oil trapped refrigerant. We're just gonna have to let it run for a while. Yeah, that. Y'all forgive me, Rob Zombie just hit. If y'all hear me singing along, I can't help it. Alright, we just need to go up top and turn this on. Let's go to cool. Get this thing to come on. Oh, I'm hooked up to the wrong side for high pressure. Have a TXV up top. I have, might be hard to see, I have 1.3 degrees subcooling, 19 degrees superheat, so we are 20 degrees superheat, 263 head pressure, 113 suction, so we are a little bit low. My scale battery is dead, so it was useless. Y'all forgive me, I was going to go get a little bit of refrigerant. I'm not sure if this has much in it, but we're gonna try. Yeah, that one was in. All right. Maybe I can pull this down where y'all can read it. I want to see that subcooling come up a little bit. Superheat go down because it's not but 72 degrees up there. I hope y'all can see that. It's real clear to me. I hope y'all can see it. I got 1.7 degrees subcooling and about 16 degrees superheat. The pressures look about normal. That's a lawnmower close to me. There's nothing to cut. right, y'all see that subcooling starting to go up? I'm about 10 degrees subcooling, 11 degrees subcooling. I'm about 14 degrees superheat right now. And that, my friends, for these temperatures, it is 65 degrees outside. That's real nice like. Come on, I hope it's there. It is. How about that? Whew. Well, guys, actually there was another video of that system running in heat, but for some reason I couldn't download it. That customer, actually the person who was trying to call me over and over and over and over was the tenant that lives there, and she called me when I was done and wanted to know when I was going to get started. You see, she had left me a key, and I just told her I'm done, and explained to her when I'm working, I don't answer the phone. So, and I don't. I focus on what I'm doing, leave the phone alone. And that's kind of a drawback of having an AirPod in my ear, listening to music. I get notifications of everything that's going on, from text messages to Instagram to emails. And it's kind of, it's a nuisance, really. So, yeah, I don't answer the phone when I'm working. That's just the way I work. Guys, if you enjoyed the video, how about like and subscribe? I'm going to show you something that we now have on our gate that just happened today. We put us a solar powered remote control opener on that, which is going to be real nice, especially when it's raining. So a big thumbs up to the guys who did the fence for us, Mid-South Fence right here in Albany, Georgia. They did a real good job. If y'all enjoyed the video, how about like and subscribe, and I'll catch you on the next one.